frozen shut. Shit. No blade doesn't fit inside the lock mechanism. Can't heat it enough with a lighter. Shit. Ah. Yes. And we are saved for now. All right. Al's room. Lester will shoot me. I need to wait to distract him and then disarm him. Shit. Alright. Lester, oh, I can't. Alright, there's gotta be a weapon somewhere. Wrench. Well, can I bang this wrench around, make some noise to get him in here, or what is it? Fire? There we go.
Try to fucking come in and I'll kill you!
Ooh, I had my Yep, I had my crampons on. Crampons, he's fucking dead. Shit. I'm a killer. I murdered him. Alright, we gotta find Al. Looks like well, yeah, I turned the power back on. We're going into Al's room. He's not here. Everyone's dead. Shit. Nowhere to be found. Was I just seeing things? You know, could be just going nuts. Crumpled paper. There's blood on the floor. Symbols from the hide. Al must have dropped this. Is he going to the glacier? I know what these mean. Shaman, throw, Boris, Wendigo. You know, this game was so cute and fun in the beginning, and now it's just this terrible horror story. You know, you had so many lovable characters, and damn, now they're dead. And Nova's, or dude here is on the brink of madness. There we go. And the spirits tell me it is heart. Crevasse, heart, the last of her symbols. A human sacrifice. Where is Nova? Ah, the water melting well. That is the only place I can think of. I remember Tully telling me there's a radiator and a pump down there. Oh, like magic. I can't lift it with my bare hands. Going to do a quick save. Shit. What? The Wendigo.
Al, I know what you're trying to do.
I figured you'd understand sooner or later. That's why I had to come down here yesterday. In my dream, I saw behind the veil of the sky. I saw the truth.
All I see here is murder and wickedness. The Wendigo has put you under its spell.
It stems from the wickedness of the modern world. We rape the Arctic and offer nothing in return, like the Tunajik did. That's why he spoke to me. He chose me. Me, an oil company prospector. What a sense of irony.
That idol is a collection of cannibalized and murdered bodies. How can you say it will save the Arctic?
He'll take form through them. After the last rite, he'll cross the veil of the sky and walk on the earth once again. All that's missing is a heart.
No! I'm taking Nova with me right now.
Think of what you're doing. This is your chance to save the polar bears.
You're talking about murdering people, you sick fuck! Get back!
Very well. You'll have my heart.
You want to follow that thing to hell?
I'm just a vessel.
Ah. Oh boy.
Are you ready?
In a minute. I just need to say goodbye to this place. You know, Thule's hundreds of miles away.
Yeah. A lot can happen on the way there. Yeah, that is it for Alpha Polaris. Kind of abrupt. I guess that was the credits. I guess maybe they forgot to put the names in there. There's something. It could have been a glitch. Well, fuck. That was quite the experience. That was a really solid game, I'm gonna say. I loved it. I think it had a wonderful story. The ending was, I think from start to finish, this game was great. I mean, a little predictable with Al, sure. But there's really nothing more I could ask of it. I think it held up to everything it set. And it certainly met my expectations, and I think it was a great Lovecraft-inspired video game. Especially being free on Steam, everything about it. I'm glad that I came across it. It was, just through my own fortitude of always searching for the next horror game to play, preferably adventure games, because those are the ones I really like to stream, being that they have stories. And I feel it's better for me to stream games that almost feel like you're watching a show or a movie, as opposed to watching someone shoot shit or beat the crap out of shit, because I think a lot of these video games have great storylines, and right now there's not a whole lot of good mediums for storylines. Like comics, are kind of going out of style. Movies don't really have much of a premise anymore. Even books, who has the time to read? I actually have a book on the way. I ordered Ringu, the book, the one that inspired the movie Ring. That's, it's hard to make time for books anymore. But yeah, I feel like games have really good storylines and people are missing out on them. So there is a game that I plan on doing a sort of stream with in a new sort of experimental form, and that is the video game Scratches, and it is an adventure game. It'll take you about 4 hours to complete playing the game, but I have a plan for it, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because that is a video game that has one of the most terrific horror stories I've ever fucking heard. And I think, again, a lot of people don't have the energy or the time or are interested in games. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. But there are games out there that have wonderful fucking storylines. And Scratches is just... It's like a certain movie that I'm not... too clear on naming because it might spoil things, but you see that movie and it just has the perfect formula from start to finish, and that is Scratches. Anyone who's played the game, and it's an adventure game. Some people are kind of they don't like the outcome of the game. I love it. I thought it was brilliant. It was one of the most genius things I ever seen. So I'm trying to get my hands on a copy of that. It's not on Steam, unfortunately. I mean, there's a profile for Scratches on Steam. If you have Steam, go look it up right now. It's there. Look up Scratches. There's a profile for it, a store page, but you can't buy the game. You can't buy it or download it, and I don't know why. It's made by a really small company that I don't think they're even a company anymore. So I think it's technically an abandonware, but it is on Amazon, a physical copy of it. So I'm thinking about buying it, but it's like $30, and I am pretty adamant on paying that for that. Because it's a gem. The game is a gem, and it just gets no recognition at all. And it got screwed in the reviews. GameSpot gave it a horrible review. And I'm telling you, the reason they gave it the review is because, like I said, some people don't like the outcome. But then there's a lot of people that look at this as a cult fucking classic. And that's what it is to me. It is a cult fucking classic, and I want people to be more aware of this game. And so I think what I want to do is break the game down. I'm going to do a playthrough it, but it's going to be more of the game and the highlights, the narrative structure. I think I can fit it into a 25 to 30 minute video where it's just the narrative structure of the game pushing it along, so you know what's going on in this. And I think it's a wonderfully told video game that if people knew the storyline, if they would sit down and sort of watch it like a movie, not watch an entire playthrough because it's a long game, but just take all the parts that push the story along. All of the journal entries you find, all of the phone calls you have with your publisher, the cutscenes, the dreams, the crazy, creepy things that happen, the things you find. Just take all of those parts and put them into the format of a story. Sort of like how Mr. Ballin does it, anyone who watches Mr. Ballin, I'm a pretty big fan of Mr. Ballin, sort of like that, putting it in the format of a story. And the reason I want to do that is because, God, I just want people to know the story of that game. I fucking loved it. It's just like a fucking, it's like an Edgar Allan Poe story, it's just critical. It's important. I think it's great. I fucking love it. But I also know when I do put it out there, some people are gonna be they're gonna look at that outcome, and they ain't gonna like it, But I'm kind of going off record here. This was about Alpha Polaris, and this is a wonderful fucking game. It's for free on Steam. If you just watch this entire playthrough, I mean, I don't know, you can still go play the game if you want, but you already know what happens. And so you enjoyed it with me, and I'm glad you enjoyed it with me, and we will enjoy more games in the future. Preferably games with storylines such as this. The thing about it was simple, it was straight to the point, it was inspired by Lovecraft, it knew what it was doing, and it delivered. By some extension, this was probably one of the better horror games I've played in the last, I'm going to say 5 years. And that's because the game genuinely creeped me out. It genuinely creeped me out, and I haven't had a video game creep me out since probably, Silent Hill 2. Games can give me scares. Like Visage scared me. But then there's games that creep you out. Like Silent Hill creeped me out. It didn't scare me. Silent Hill's not big on jump scares. And this game wasn't big on jump scares either. It just got under your skin. And I haven't had many games do that. There's different ways of being afraid when you play video games. Like playing Fatal Frame, for example, Fatal Frame 2. Like, when you're playing that, you just feel like the ghosts are personally coming after you. You feel like they're going to crawl out of your computer screen or your TV screen. Even in Fatal Frame 2, if you sit there and you don't do anything, and this happens in one of the houses, if you just sit there and you don't do anything, you just let the game idle on, like, this ghost will appear in front of your screen just out of fucking nowhere, and it'll scare the fucking shit out of you because it's so fourth dimensional wall breaking going on right there. That was something I realized almost a year ago when I was playing Fatal Frame 2. I stood up to go do something, and I left the game running. I don't know if I paused it, and I don't know if you have to pause it. I don't think you do. You just leave it running. And I turn around and I look at my screen. There's this fucking face on it, just looking at me like, what the fuck? But that's like the sort of different scares you get from games. There are games that creep you out like Silent Hill, and then there are games that scare you sort of like, Resident Evil style jump scares, which are good, but I like a good creepy game like this, and it was awesome. It had good characters. It was kind of predictable with Al. I think it was told wonderfully. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I heavily recommend it to anyone, and especially if you just, if you spread this by word of mouth, and just say, hey, you're looking for a good Lovecraft game, Alpha Polaris, you can get it on Steam. It's free. It's wonderful. It's a good game. But I think that's about it for now. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Master Catacol. This has been the Astrocastrophe.